Deep in the ocean, an orca pod is on the hunt. But these aren't your average orcas. These guys are organized.
Marketing team, did you get those social media posts scheduled for the SEAL migration?
Aye, Captain. We even have an automated notification for all pod managers when they go live.
They use Monday.com to keep their teamwork sharp, their communication clear, and their goals in sight. Monday.com. For whatever you run, even orcas. Go to Monday.com to dive deeper.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer. Let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
Hey, boss, how's it going?
I have to tell you, I got this Third Love bra. Okay, can I just tell you something? It's like a t-shirt. And I have some, like, really fancy bras.
They sent me one, too. They don't make my boobs stand out in t-shirts. It's not like this is the main feature, you know, of my midsection, which a lot of bras can because of the line.
Well, here's the other thing. It's made out of memory foam. All right, no one cares about you. They only care about me wearing my bra. It's airy. It doesn't, like, you don't sweat. You don't feel like, you know, you have to stick your hand underneath it. This Third Love bra. Okay, can I just tell you something? It's like a t-shirt. It's like I'm not even wearing anything. Yeah, this thing is so fucking comfortable, I can't even tell you. It's called Third Love. For 30 days, you can start a free trial right now. You go to thirdlove.com/killme. And thirdlove.com/killme. And I'm telling you, it is the most comfortable bra I've ever owned.
We are rolling. God, now I know what it's like to be in your mouth.
Okay, ready? I'm going to take a bite of this, and all the listeners have to guess what kind of sandwich it is.
I would say it's toasted.
Mm-hmm. I said listeners, not you.
Oh, sorry. I was closing my eyes and listening.
It is. I got it at Starbucks. Well, Lauren got it at Starbucks.
You bought it, though.
And it's the turkey pesto. It's very good. But I didn't put it in the microwave because I hate the microwave. So I grilled it on my grill.
Oh, yeah. It looks way better than when they do it in the microwave.
You can't put bread in a microwave.
No.
If you had turkey pesto at home, you've won.
Yeah, true. Now, that's the voice of the very sexy, very hot, very Jewy, smart, very smart, very funny.
Thank you.
Creative. Good writer, multi-talented, Jew. Lenny Marcus is here, ladies and gentlemen. Lenny, welcome to Kill Me Now, Lenny.
Lenny Marcus.
I didn't know we were getting to my name there.
I was really hoping for Hennessy, but it'll happen.
Sorry, Lauren.
It's okay.
Lauren, you change your name every week.
I don't.
You do, a little bit.
No. I'm just going by Hennessy now to kind of try to,
What? Just Hennessy?
Yeah.
Just Hennessy.
Oh, for God's sakes. How do I make out an envelope to you and the missus? Hennessy.
Mr. and Mrs. Hennessy.
Mr. That's it? Just
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Hennessy?
Did Hemda take your name?
Or Mr. and Mrs. Pothead, like you you like to call us, Lenny.
Right.
Yeah, Hemda took my name. We actually took each other's name, so we're Khalili Hennessy.
Okay.
That's a great... I hope... well, good thing you're not having kids, because that's not fitting on a jersey.
No.
Anyway, Leonard, I'm so happy to have you, because, you know, I've known you for many years.
Yes.
And I like to call you Leonard.
I know. You're one of 4 people who calls me Leonard my whole life.
Who?
You, Ben Bailey, Lucian Hold,
Oh, dead. Yeah.
And a cousin Bernie I had also dead.
Dead. So
Yeah,
I'm
two
about to die.
One of two.
Did your parents call you Leonard?
Never. Not one day.
Sister?
Never. She never called me. I have a sister, but
Yeah.
she never called me Leonard. No, nobody does that.
And the reason I
It's
call
very
you
funny.
Leonard is, first of all, there's Leonards in my family. Mm-hmm. You know, it's an old Jewy. And Joy Behar had a bit about how she loves Jewish men with an astigmatism. And when you say to them, Leonard, get the check, they jump, you know? So I always, whenever I see you, I think of, Leonard, get the check!
I think Billy Crystal had that in his album too. Lenny, get the car.
Oh,
And
so,
they would always,
you're calling
all my
Joy,
friends would go, Lenny, get the car.
You're calling Joy a thief.
Well, I don't know who's first on that bit.
Anyway. So, Leonard, you, well, wait, hold on. I'm getting my notes because we're doing this in my apartment.
Okay.
Hold on. Don't talk.
Don't talk?
behind my back.
Don't talk. You're right there.
I was going to
Okay.
say the girl from Ipanema.
My apartment is really big, so I just went from the kitchen to my desk, and it took a really long time.
The car had to pick her up.
So, Leonard, you grew up in Oceanside.
I did.
and that's in
Long
Queens.
Island.
Long Island.
Yeah, Long Island.
And then you were a good student.
Very good student. Not very good student. Very good. I heard you talking about you being a student, like you couldn't focus or
Right.
whatever. I did well in school, but I wasn't like a straight A kid. But because at some point television got in the way. I just loved watching television.
But you could have gotten straight A's.
Yeah, probably. If I really decided to read, like my mother said.
Right, my
I
mother-
hated reading.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I think it was
What is
because I had ADD and didn't know.
Bingo.
But I could read music, so I played piano a lot and
wow.
like clarinet, and so I did read, but it was music. But
That's like another language.
right, and so my mother, everyone in my family read like all the time. My grandmother used to be like, Judith, I want you to read Little Women. Which I still have her Little Women book
You
here.
didn't finish it yet.
I still have it. But a lot of it, because my grandmother's born in 1896, so a lot of it was, handwriting,
Right.
penmanship.
Right.
And, but it's true. Television gets in the way.
Television, that was the boom at that point. We
Right.
had all those shows, Mary Tyler Moore, all that stuff. It was just so great.
I mean, all right, now that TV's really good because
It's come back again. This
Right.
is the second wave of it.
Right.
Right now.
right now,
Right.
but it's a whole different thing.
Yes.
Oh my
I'll
God.
get it.
I think it's my Eileen Fisher clothes I ordered.
Oh, nice.
Because I had a $100 discount and they were having 15% off.
Well, then answer it.
But yeah, so, and they were perfect, those shows. Like,
Perfect.
All in the Family was perfect. Mary Tyler Moore was perfect. Well, how many spin-offs came? Maude was perfect.
All of it.
And now,
Phyllis, Rhoda. That, Lorenzo
and-
Music and all
yeah, and now,
Joni and Chachi?
no.
that. No.
But
Nice
the
try,
Fonz,
The Fonz, he was great.
yeah.
Whoa.
It was really must-see TV with 3 channels, and you had to tune in, and you couldn't. At
couldn't
night,
tape it.
You couldn't tape it, so you had to watch and
And you spend time together with your family.
right.
Have you guys
And
seen
then-
the movie Avalon? It's about
Yes.
this. It's about the TV and how it changed America and brought the family together in a different way and then kind of ripped them all apart.
But now it's all about, they're on their fucking computers, my kids.
Yeah.
I'm watching shit on the computers.
Well, everybody is face down into a phone.
Right. It's awful. But it's true because at that time, everyone was, the zeitgeist was, everyone was just, everyone was talking about the same thing.
Yes.
Did you see this on All in the Family? Did you see this? Did you?
And I think that's where we're formed with sitcoms and comedy.
Right.
That's how I got formed into comedy. Like
Right.
it started with that, and then
And the variety show. I was very
Right.
into the variety
Carol
shows.
Burnett. If I didn't watch Carol,
Oh,
I
forget
begged
it.
to stay. My
Carol
parents, I
Burnett.
had to watch it,
And there was some Sonny and Cher show, Laughing.
and they were great. They
Amazing.
weren't good. They weren't. They were great.
Oh, what about the Smothers Brothers?
Smothers
that got
Brothers
canceled.
a little after, but I loved it. And I
got
didn't get half the
canceled.
joke, and I still
Right.
knew it was funny.
But they were too.
They were too.
Thank you. Bye, Barry. Is that Barry?
No, you.
Focus.
Barry's the UPS guy.
Okay.
What did he say to you?
He said, "Oh, is that Henry I hear in there?"
Oh, no.
Because Judy is the mayor of the Upper West Side.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so
But that's what happened. That's why I wasn't a straight A student, because I had to probably finish my homework quickly rather than excel at it to watch all these shows.
And then you went to, where'd you go to college?
SUNY Albany.
Very good school. Leonard, Leonard got into SUNY Albany. It wasn't his first choice. First choice was Harvard, but frankly, we can't afford it. He got in and got a scholarship. What?
Close. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go at all. I just thought it was like a complete waste of money. Like, what am I going to learn there?
Right.
And then it came down to, well, you could leave school and have like debt, or you could go to a state school,
right,
and probably come out even. If not, and I was, even at my age, I was like, yeah, I'm not going with debt.
Right.
You're out of your mind. So state school it was.
Smart.
Well, that's why I went to state school, but my parents, Rutgers.
I like Rutgers.
Yeah, but my parents paid for it.
Yeah.
Yours didn't pay for it?
No, my parents paid, I think they paid half, and I think my grandmother left me a tiny bit of money, and so they
I'm
paid
leaving this for Leonard.
It was like 13 grand.
For
It was literally
his
like 13
education.
Grand.
And I'm putting it in writing. It's for his education.
She saved every dime. My grandma was a piece of work, but it was like 13 grand, and my parents were like, we'll pay half. You'll pay half out of 13 grand. So I think I left college with like 7 grand.
Oh, not
Didn't
bad.
you get any? Didn't you have any bar mitzvah money?
I'm sure it was in there somewhere. I don't know.
Right.
I'm sure,
was
but
in the
not.
file.
I didn't have more than 10 grand when I left.
You know
college.
what? That 13 grand was your bar mitzvah money.
Probably.
Probably.
It's probably in there somewhere.
Okay. And what did you study in college?
Math, computer science.
Right. And
I went to work for EDS, which was Ross Perot.
Right.
Which was
now
enlightening.
Did you meet Ross?
I did not meet Ross Perot. He left the year I was coming in.
Did you vote for Ross Perot?
I did not vote for Ross Perot. He did take all the money that they bought him out, and when you know the story, right?
Yeah. Well, you can tell the listeners.
I'll tell the listeners. He ran this company called EDS, Electronic Data Systems, grew it from nothing into this Fortune 500 company. It was huge, and then
huge. It was huge.
He got that's right. He got bought up by GM.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the stipulation that he sits on the board of directors at GM, and GM was such an antiquated company, and this was like these 20-year-olds running around in suits for his company, and so they try to change the auto industry, which had been around for a million years. And then the people are like, well, don't tell us what to do. Right. And Ross was like, you need to bring it up to speed or Detroit's going to die, which he was right. Mm-hmm. Killed the whole auto industry was dying, and GM cars were dying, and they were going to go overseas for Toyotas and whatever. And that's exactly what happened. They didn't listen to him. But they said, you know what? We're tired of hearing you bitch on the board of directors. Right. We'll buy you out.
We'll buy you out, yes.
They bought him out for like $1 billion, whatever it was, and he took the money and ran for president of the United States.
Yeah. Very attractive man, by the way.
He was a piece of work from everything I heard, but you know what? He built a great company.
Thank God he was in that election, because look who became president.
You know what? He could have won. He could have won. If he didn't go a little squirrely. He thought people were on his front lawn shooting him. He was a little nuts, which everybody we knew. But, but he was in Texas. I was at the time in Detroit, and I was in the Midwest.
So, when you were in college, you loved comedy, your roommate loved comedy, and then you decided you had to try it once. Did he try it with you?
No.
He didn't do it?
He never did it.
Why?
So we got to... It's comedy. Comedy is two things, okay? People think, that's the funniest kid in class. He's never the comedian.
Right.
It's all about writing and balls. It's as simple as that. The funniest guy, like, okay, get up there and do something, and then they freeze, you know?
Right. You have to have... I tell comics, they're like, what would you give my daughter's starting to do stand-up, and what advice would you give for an upcoming stand-up comedian? Yeah. And I'm like, get on stage. Yeah. Get on stage. You can write at your computer, or I used to say typewriter.
What's that?
That's great. But she, you have to tell them, just get on the fucking, because you get something from being on stage that you cannot get doing anything else.
And also, you are gonna fail. You're gonna feel abject failure, like nothing you have felt in your life.
Right.
Like no other place. Nobody walks around during the day and fails like a stand-up comic fails when they start.
Right.
No, for 2 years you're gonna be like
2.
Well, I mean, for at least 2 years. Right. Once you start to get a clue, some people just do it, fail forever.
Right.
But the first 2 years, seriously, I was like, what? I cannot be this unfunny.
You know, I didn't talk to the audience for my first year.
Good for you. That's
How
actually
is that
impressive.
possible?
Right.
That is impressive.
I did not talk. I was like, why don't you talk? I said, I don't feel comfortable. And then I started emceeing.
Yeah.
And that's how I got...
well, that's what happens in here. You end up emceeing shows when you have like 5 jokes and you end up emceeing. So you have to learn crowd work.
Right. And you have to learn... And I was like the MC around the city, but you get more stage time, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I also...
And you get more audience that way. Like, audiences that normally wouldn't go to comedy shows get to know you also.
Well, not like that anymore.
Well, because you're emceeing for events? And
No.
stuff?
That's a
little
different
different.
thing.
That's down the road.
Oh, you're
but when
talking
you
about
start...
clubs.
Yeah,
Like
so
MC,
now what year did you start?
95.
Wow, you're a baby.
Yeah. I started late. I started around
So
30.
you were in an office, and you fucking hated it.
I didn't like it. I was in the Midwest in an office in a
No, wait,
suit.
you lived in the Midwest?
Yeah, I lived in Chicago for a year. I lived
Right.
in Michigan for a year. They moved. I couldn't take it anymore in the
Right.
Midwest, and they transferred me back to Jersey.
Right.
And then it was fine, but then I was like, this is not the path I'm gonna go. I couldn't see. I call it path A.
Right.
You get the job, you get the suit, you
Right.
get married, you have the kids,
Right.
you die. Yeah, after 50 years
Right.
or whatever.
And then you have, you've saved your money, blah, blah, blah. It's really boring.
It's so boring.
It's so boring.
And I could not do that. And plus, in the office, I realized corporate America wasn't for me. I had to fight, like, just the whole...
I
if you
can't
were obviously,
imagine
people
that
working in
with
an
you.
office always have that thing. But I would just... you can't crack wise in an office.
Right.
There's no off-color joke that will work
Right.
in
You
a
can't-
meeting.
Well, now you can.
A little more, but no, not for EDS. EDS was the most conservative.
Yeah.
Come blue suit, red tie, no tassels on your shoes, no double
Look,
breasted
I'm
suits.
doing Shakespeare in the Park, and there's so
Yeah.
many times we're in rehearsal, and I just want to say the most...
Of course.
Like, really, can you take yourself a little more seriously?
Yeah. Exactly.
But I don't. But now I've started to, now that we're starting previews next week. But
Are you
anyway...
starting to behave now, right before the show opens?
No, now I'm starting to be Judy. Because I wanted to learn everything I could learn.
Right.
And now it's like, get over yourself.
Well, that's great.
Oh, okay.
Dad, how can I boost my energy, lose my belly fat, and ease my stress?
Well, I know you don't like to eat vegetables or juice.
I hate vegetables. I hate fruits. I hate blending.
Do you like shopping?
I hate shopping.
Do you like cleaning up?
No, that's the worst.
Right. So, let me tell you something. There's this new thing called Organifi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's organic, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, it's dairy-free, it's soy-free, it's free. It's free. It is free.
Can I get it here in this mall that we're hanging out in?
No, you can't get it here at the mall.
Oh,
okay.
well, where can I get it?
Well, you can get it online at www.organifi, ORGANIFI.com. And if you use the keyword GOLD, GOLD, that's my last name,
Nice.
you're going to get 20% off. So what it is it's like the best tasting greens on the market, and it has ashwagandha in it.
Hey, isn't that special ingredient that helps fight the fat storage hormone called cortisol?
Yes, and I just found out from my doctor that my fat storage hormone is so large that I'm renting out storage space for other people.
Well, they're going to be really upset when you start drinking this organified
I know.
juice.
I'm going to have to take all their crap out of my fat storage hormone, but
And
I'll
put it
have
in the toilet.
Right, but I'll have increased energy and improved mental focus.
So let me get this straight. www. By the way, they don't say that anymore.
Oh, I know.
Organifi.com. Use code GOLD, and I'll get 20% off of this energy boosting.
Yes. You'll have
Unbelievable.
more energy.
And I don't have to eat fruits and vegetables anymore.
No, you don't have to do anything. You can have that crappy hot dog you just ate
Oh.
on St. Mark's Place, you
I
idiot.
think I'll go get another one then.
Okay, well, now that you have a very low fat storage hormone, why don't you have 5? So, you start doing stand-up. Now, both of your parents are gone.
Both of my parents are gone, yeah.
Can you, and not, I'm very into the family.
Okay, yes.
How old were you when your mom died?
I was 35.
Awful.
Awful.
Fuck.
How did
worst.
that happen?
She was sick for a long time. She had beat cancer once.
How old were you?
I was in college or getting out of college, probably
Right.
21.
Right.
And she had a mastectomy, and they thought they got it all. So then you go through 5 years of, testing, whatever.
Right.
She got to the last test on the last year,
No.
the last thing, and they're like, we think we found something again.
Fuck.
And, and it came back, and this time it came back aggressive and started spreading. And she fought it as, they did everything they could for her at the time. God knows what they could do now for her.
Yeah.
Who knows? But...
that's an awful.
It's awful. I was 35. She was the best. My parents were the best. And all these comics, they all like you hear about their childhood, you're like, okay, I get it a little bit.
Right.
And you didn't I never realized. I just thought people just wanted to do this because they liked it,
right.
which is what I did. I just thought I was just, thought of doing something fun. But she was just one of the best people you'll ever meet.
What did she do?
She was in the like the pensions administration business, as kind of the actuarial field.
So that's where you get the math from.
The math. She was a genius. She was like valedictorian of her.
Are you fucking kidding me? My home phone never rings. Are you fucking kidding me? Cell phone. I'm not answering. Oh my God! Shut up!
Just say call back. Just pick it up. Say I'll call you right back.
Hello.
Got Bedface? You should get Bedface. Bedface is an online bedding brand that creates the best damn sheets on the internet. They offer high quality cotton bedding in 24 mix and match colors with 28 million possible combinations so you can make your dream bed. These sheets are so soft and beautiful. The Bedmaker tool online lets you visualize and dream your set before you buy it. It'll match your wallpaper, it could match your fish tank, it could match your skin color, it could match your lover's skin color, whatever you want. Bedface backs all products with a no questions asked 100 night guarantee. So basically, use your sheets for 100 nights. If you're not into it, they'll give you your money back. No questions asked. They work directly with their makers to pass the savings along to you. So they're like the farmer's market of high quality sheets. Shop bedface.com and use our promo code JudyGold for 20% off your order. Definitely try this. It's really worth it. They sent Judy and I some. I've been sleeping in them, and I feel better every day waking up in those sheets. Shop bedface.com and use promo code JudyGold for 20% off. Bedface.com, Judy Gold, 20% off. Try these sheets and tell me they're not the best sheets you've ever had in your life. What are you waiting for? Get on it. Bedface.com.
Yeah.
Would you like to buy
Oh my God, it's Carl Edwards from the yeah, hello. Good. How are you?
Who's Carl Edwards?
All right, I'm in the middle of recording my podcast, and you're on speaker.
Am I on speaker? Okay. Give me a call. You have my number on the phone, right?
Yes, how are you?
I'm good. I'm very, very good. Very good. Living in Mississippi.
Oh, that's a great state. Enjoy the gays. All right.
We go back to your original age. Okay. Congratulations with all your success.
Thanks.
And I called you a couple times. I haven't got in touch with you, but give me a call back.
Okay.
Is she famous? We're doing a podcast
All right,
at our
take
kitchen
care.
table.
Okay, you too.
Thanks, bye. Okay, Carl Edwards.
For a second, I thought he was going to guess the sandwich.
I mean, yeah, right. These people call me, and they're like, call me back. And it's like, why? Just tell him. He's like, yeah, call me back. Like, he just said, yeah, call me back, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay. Why?
Huh.
Like, I'm walking into a fucking minefield.
Right.
Who is he?
He used to work at the Comedy Store and run the La Jolla Comedy Store, which I
So
love.
he wants to give you work?
No, he lives in Mississipippi.
Well.
Who the fuck is going to book me in Mississippi?
People need to laugh in Mississippi.
whatever.
There's everything now everywhere, Judy. Don't you feel that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
All right, so back to your mom, who I love.
My mom was a valedictorian.
What was her name, by the way?
Toby.
Toby.
Oh, I love that name.
Yeah, so
Toby Marcus.
my
What was
sis-
her maiden name?
Deutsch.
Toby Deutsch Marcus.
Yeah. And
No
she,
relation to.
We named my sister named her firstborn son after Toby. My mother always hated the name for a girl but loved it for a boy.
So his name's Toby?
His name's Toby.
Oh,
And he's the sweetest. Yeah, he's the sweetest kid.
How old is he?
He's 11. Nobody could be sweeter than this kid. He's almost too nice. I'm afraid for him. He's
Where's he growing up?
Long Island,
Oh,
Rockville
he'll be
Center.
fine.
Yeah, he'll be great.
Oh, that's fine. There's malls there. But so, and you were very close with your mother.
Very close with both my parents. She was great.
Did she see you do stand-up?
Yeah, she did. She was there the first day I did it. My father couldn't come. He was too nervous.
Right. What did he do?
He thinks the whole thing is about him.
Right.
He thinks the whole act was going to be about him.
Right. It was about your mother.
No, neither one.
Okay.
It really wasn't about either one of them. But he was a travel agent eventually.
Right.
My father was born in Poland, escaped World War II. His whole family died in the war.
Is he a Holocaust survivor?
Yep.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you have that 2G thing.
2G.
2G, second generation. That's what they
I
call
do.
you people.
I do.
Did he have a number on his arm?
No, he ran with the he's like 15, ran
Right.
through the woods, fought with the partisans, that kind of thing.
Wow.
Ended up in displaced persons camp, fought for the War of Independence in Israel, came to the United States. It's like crazy story. It's like a
Right.
crazy immigrant story. Got met the cousins here. They kind of put him to work a little bit. Then he went out on his own. He didn't want to work with them, and then
So
eventually
he
learned
didn't get-
English and met my mother. So
He didn't have a college education,
no.
but he was brilliant.
My father was like hilarious and crafty. Like he had so many jobs that you have to do to escape, and
Right,
learn how
he
to
just
do
knew
stuff.
how
He's
to
like
live.
MacGyver.
Yeah.
So I got that from him, and I got the book.
Well,
smarts
MacGyverstein.
from
MacGyverstein instead of MacGyver. So,
yeah. So that's how I gave him to.
and
be.
you loved your parents, and that's
Love
so
my
great.
parents.
I mean, you have done stuff about your mother, like
I
that
have,
you
but the stuff I do about my mother is all my father.
like your home.
All the
Like
stupid
when you
questions
go
my
home-
mother said. Yes,
And-
it's all my father. That's his.
Your home.
Yeah,
that's
your home.
exactly my parents.
My mother never said. My mother's extremely bright. Didn't have the big accent that I
Right.
give her in the thing.
Right.
But she. My father said all the.
Get a regular
piece
piece of paper, Lauren.
It's ready. Notes of some. Yeah, my father could do this all day long. He was just naturally funny. Everything he said was just.
Did he have an accent?
Yeah, big accent.
Do it.
Lenny, you're an idiot. That was his famous advice. What, you an idiot?
So did
That was my
he ever
childhood.
come to see you?
He did. He came to see me. He came to Governor's one time way long ago. I think I opened for Ted back in Ted Alexandro back in the.
He used to open for me. How sad is that? No.
And then so I opened for him back in
Right.
the day, and then he saw me headline. I think he at Caroline's. He came one time. He saw me.
That's great.
At Gotham. He
Right.
saw me headline, full out headline at Gotham, and that was great. And then he was like, "Okay, I don't have to come." I don't.
And how did he pass away?
He passed away he was 88 a couple
Oh.
years ago, and cancer, weird blood cancer, like leukemia, like a weird leukemia kind of thing.
Oh God!
But he called his own shot on that one. He was sharp as a tack to the end. He didn't even tell anybody he was like really that bad.
Uh-huh.
And then he was like, he signed all the papers. My
Right.
father was unbelievable. He signs the papers. He says, I don't want any more treatments. He didn't want to go to the. He was in the hospital for like
Right.
off and on for 6 months. He signed the papers. Told the doctors, they were like, we could save you for a couple. He's like, I'm not because he had friends who were like in nursing homes. Whenever he goes,
Right,
like,
yeah.
I'm not living like them. He drove everywhere. He did everything. He was coming, and then we just moved him into my sister's house and made him as comfortable as possible.
Are you close with your sister?
I'm pretty close with my sister. Yeah, we're not like super super close, but
Right.
yeah, we realize the legacy we have to live on.
I know
We're
that's.
great
See,
parents.
I am recently orphaned.
Yes, sorry.
And it's you realize we're it. We're
Yeah,
the
this is
the and my siblings are very different from me. I mean, they're going to come see me in Shakespeare in the Park.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like, yeah, we can come. We're going to be there for the unveiling, and then we'll come. Yeah, we'll come
Serious?
Saturday
They're
night.
like whatever.
And I'm just like, don't do me any favors.
Oh my
Like
god.
it's never like, oh my God, we're so excited to see, or if they see me on TV,
No
no
way.
one calls me. It's like, and so I never tell anyone anything I'm doing anyway because I don't want to jinx it. But I also, it's like I never get any sort of positive. Like I'll say, my sister will say, I'll say, oh, I just shot the Woody Allen thing. And I sent her a picture because I had a really cool
You're in
outfit.
that movie?
The Amazon thing?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Amazon thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
So I sent her a picture.
Wait, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm really amazed and proud for you.
Thank you. And so I sent her a picture because it was such a great outfit. And she takes a picture of herself in her office.
And sends it back.
Like, because I sent a picture of me and
so fucking
and me
funny.
and Woody. I sent a picture of me and Woody.
Oh, God.
And she sends a picture of her and 2 office people. And my brother, it's a 3-way, writes, "Oh, is that Jackie behind?" You know, like they don't even acknowledge mine.
That's very funny.
But that's what they do. And
do they do it on purpose, or that's just who they are?
No, they do it on purpose.
Oh, okay.
They think it's anything that is the meanest.
Oh.
I mean, because you need such like a response from people in order to
Right,
know.
I get no response.
Yeah.
My brother ignored me for 5 years as if I never existed.
Oh, well, that's mean.
I mean, it's like they're just. I come from weird, strange, and I was always like, "What is wrong?" You know, it's like they're like, "You're mental. You're mental," and I'm like, "I'm mental. I'm not mental, but I am mental."
Just
but
look at each other and wink. Yeah.
so, you know, or I'll say, "Oh, I'm doing, you know, this. I'm shooting this, or I'm hosting this, or if you know, like, oh, if I'm doing Shakespeare in the Park, if you want a ticket," and my sister will be like, "Oh, I'm filing a claim next Wednesday."
That is the opposite of my sister. My sister, I was like, "I'm doing Letterman. I'm coming!"
Right,
you know, like,
yeah.
Boom, she's the first person there, yeah. She loves
It's
it.
most like, all right, tell me you're doing Letterman, I'll do my sister. I'll do my sister, go.
Okay, I'm doing Letterman.
What?
I'm doing the David Letterman show. I'm doing Letterman.
When?
Next week.
Oh.
Would you?
Great.
You want to come?
What day is it?
Wednesday. We tape Wednesday.
Oh, Sarah has soccer, and Daniel has basketball, and I am, you know, I just can't do Wednesday. It's
like the biggest thing a comedian could do.
okay, great, but I have kids, and I know that's
like,
great.
okay.
That's exactly what.
Oh my God, that's horrible. That's my cousins. That's why my family's very little. It was weird. My father, all the Marcus side cousin.
Marcus, Leonard.
8 out of 10. Horrible. We have one group of Washington. The rest of them who are here, like the most bizarre. I could host the late night show.
Right.
It could be late night with Lenny Marcus, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, watch the show." Yeah.
My
like,
sister
what?
didn't come to Henry's Bris because she had a meeting.
She's in the city.
She lives in New Jersey.
Okay.
And that was the only day.
It's a little dysfunctional.
Really?
Yeah.
You recently said that the 5 greatest comics of your lifetime
Yes.
are Jerry Seinfeld, Woody Allen, Brian Regan, Dave Attell, and Richard Pryor.
For me. Sorry, you're in there.
No, I wasn't even talking about me. I was talking about one vagina. One vagina.
Well, he's
Sorry, I
mentioned
didn't grow up
Carol
like that.
Burnett in almost
Carol
every
Burnett.
interview he's ever done.
But she
so-
wasn't a
She
stand-up.
wasn't. What about Joan?
No,
Did
but
you
she
love
was not.
Joan?
I didn't love Joan.
You didn't love Joan.
I liked Joan. I didn't love Joan.
Okay. See, now Joan
Was yours.
made me laugh so much. Like, I loved Pryor. I loved Chris Rock.
Right.
I mean, there's so many. I love Toady Fields.
Yeah, there's so many.
Right.
There's so many. My mother loved Toady Fields.
Toady Fields.
Yeah.
Then she had great taste. Because
Yeah.
Toady Fields was so fucking hysterical. Mom's Mabley was hilarious.
My mother loved all those Pudgy. Do you remember
Yes, Pudgy!
My mother loved all those. She would tell me about all these people. Like,
Yeah.
she was like the cool. I would watch Saturday Night Live barely staying up. My mother would stay up, not only watch. So she'd be like, it's good, but she would watch Second City Television. You know, SCTV.
I love
So she,
her.
yeah, she
Oh,
wasn't.
I would've
She was
loved to
just
have
the
met her.
coolest chick ever. My father, any big star, name the biggest star you know. He could. Madonna could walk in the house in the mid '80s and be like,
Right.
"Who's? Is she
Right.
here to clean something?"
Right.
And I'm like, clueless.
Did they fight?
Never saw my parents.
Oh,
very,
my God.
very rarely. Very like anything. It was just
Because
so nonsense. It was so little.
You're such an anomaly because of the fact that, you know, everything was really okay.
Yeah, everything was okay. And the reason I like Seinfeld is because, like, when I went to college, we saw him. It was different. I don't know. It was so observational. It wasn't like mean. It wasn't like biting. It was just like this guy just seems to be like me, and he's having a good time, and he's just telling like these funny little, and he just made us laugh. And I was like, I want to try that.
Right.
And my college roommate was like, I have every comedy out. And Woody, like, we would just fall asleep.
Woody I love, and he's
amazing.
also right. But then the Soon-Yi thing for me.
I'm talking comedy, probably.
No, but I'm saying it's so hard for me because, and even when I was working with him, I mean, the scene is hilarious that I do with him, but it's Elisa, my partner, said, I hate the word partner. Anyway, Elisa said, him being with Soon-Yi is like if I married Henry.
Yeah.
It is. She's the stepmother.
It came out of you. Henry came out of you, correct?
Ben came out of me.
Okay.
But Leonard, it's the same thing.
Hey, I'm not going to defend Woody Allen.
Neither of them. Henry didn't come out of me.
His father.
Henry did not come out of Sharon.
Okay.
Ben came out of me. So if you're saying because she was adopted,
I guess.
Okay, so I've adopted Henry. That would be like her.
It's in there somewhere, yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's weird. It's definitely the weirdest.
Okay, so
whatever. So you lost it at Woody, but back in. Let's go before Soon-Yi, and I didn't know anything about that.
Also, his son says that he's a rapist and doesn't understand why everybody's still supporting him. Yeah. Yeah, he's talking about it a lot right now. The other daughter said that she was sexually basically raped by him all growing up.
Who knows?
At 7.
I mean, we know because she's telling us.
No. Oh, yes. I totally... No one makes that shit up. But... it's amazing that he is still an icon, and he's still...
Well, yeah, he still has so much power.
He's relevant.
And so much
if
power.
If a woman did that, if a woman was a pedophile, which you don't ever hear... That's the thing that I can't...
Yeah, it's a little different, though, I feel sometimes.
Like Mary Kay Letourneau.
Right, but with the way women are raised and the way men are raised, an older woman hitting on a younger man, I mean, he's raised with so much more... sexual freedoms and things, in this country so far,
Right.
Anyway, I think there is a difference there between the male and female older person hitting on the younger person.
Great. I agree. I think it's disgusting. Okay. Now, I can't get into pedophilia.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the question.
With
that said, would you like to replace Woody with me?
No, that's not. No, I'm just saying that we do that. We do. He's a brilliant.
Well, it also puts us in a very shitty situation.
You could be.
Of course, you're going to work with this person, but
you could be a great artist. I
won't watch anything with Mel Gibson. I won't.
Right.
And I won't buy products that are, anti-Semitic, racist, homophobic, anti-whatever, immigrant. I just won't do it. If you give money to close Planned Parenthood, fuck you. I won't let my kids go to Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Never. They were all their lives same.
But you know what? Fuck it. I say take Woody's money and move on.
Okay, great. Now,
all right. Well, Lauren gives it to you.
Okay, so you are a statistician for the New York Giants.
That's right. A statistician for the Giants.
So you go now. I don't know if you know this about me, but
nothing about sports.
No,
she's a big sports head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but my father. I have 2 straight boys.
Right.
My father.
Yeah.
Was had an MBA and also he had a law degree. So he was the youngest person ever to pass the bar.
Wow.
In New Jersey, and then he went to World War II, and then he got an MBA. So he was a tax attorney. He wrote the tax laws for the state of New Jersey.
Wow.
My brother is like an actuary.
Mm-hmm. Smart.
My mother was brilliant.
I've heard her work live.
She was so well read, and so we did the New York Times crossword puzzle. She died Wednesday. On Monday, that was our afternoon.
Yeah.
Still 90, going to be 93. Anyway, but I'm just saying. So I was in an advanced math program where we didn't even have a teacher. They took like 5 kids out of the class, and we would sit in the back. And they gave us the work, and I was all through. And then I had a bad geometry teacher sophomore year, and that ended
It's always like that.
And it was over.
If
And
you're a
I
bad
was
teacher,
like,
bad coach, bad anything, it will ruin your experience.
and you know, music is all math, and music theory is all math. Music theory was my favorite subject in college. I remember every night. I have like Idiot Savant with numbers.
Wow.
I do, and yet it's, you know, my nephew is a math. I don't know, whatever. He came number 1, and you know, it's all math.
You know, that kind of math is a little different from geometry too.
Right, but he was just an asshole, and then I took calculus, and I was just like, "Fuck this, I can't do this." But anyway, so you get paid by the day, and you just write the stats down.
We work on a computer. We enter the plays that you see on TV into a computer system.
Are you at the game?
I am at the game. I'm in the press box.
Ah!
Yeah.
Nice.
Have you ever wanted to be like an announcer or?
You know what? If I had to go back and do it again, like now everything I know about the world and everything, I would have gone to Emerson College and tried to be.
Oh my God! I'm gonna hug and kiss you now. Yeah. Okay, I got into Emerson. All I wanted to do was go Emerson, and I got into. First, I got into Maryland.
Yeah.
And I got into Boston University, and then all I wanted to do was go to Emerson. I didn't even know that much about it, but I had read about it, and I was like, this is where I belong.
Yeah.
And my parents were like,
no. Rutgers.
You're going to Rutgers. Your brother went to my brother got into like Cornell and Penn, and he went to.
Why did they let you apply to other schools?
I know. Well, in case I didn't get into Rutgers. Oh, my sister went to Douglas. My brother went to Rutgers. My father went to Rutgers Law School or whatever. They had this thing when in 40 or he was.
They didn't want to change the letter on their jackets.
No, it was $2,000 a semester, and it was like a great school. And they're like, sorry, you know, what if you go to Emerson and all that? Can you imagine?
No, I think if I had no idea. I didn't know Emerson College till after you realize everybody who's ever in broadcasting went to Emerson College. I didn't know anything about that. And I didn't know I wanted to do this.
Right.
But now if I had to know I was going to do this or whatever, I would tell and if I said to my parents, I want to go to Emerson College, why? And I told them why, I would have gone to Emerson College. You know what I mean?
It was just like, no way. And then the night before I left for college, my guidance counselor from high school came over because I was like physically ill because I thought, oh no, I'm moving into a dorm, and I was so bullied that I thought I'm gonna live on a floor, and every minute I walk out, they're gonna call me Bigfoot and Sasquatch and Orca, and I was like,
that's tough.
And it was.
You were bullied in New Jersey.
Oh my God, K through 12. Like, I can't even tell you a story. I can tell you stories that you wouldn't even believe.
Oh, it's horrible.
But
it can be horrible.
You know, and I've told this, you know, someone recently wrote it, you know, we've already heard your stories, but that I couldn't walk by a schoolyard till I was in my 30s because I thought they were going to yell Bigfoot and Sasquatch. So, anyway.
But it made you funny, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
You have a lot to draw on.
Oh, please.
You don't realize that at the time.
And the humiliation, the constant humiliation really prepared me for stand-up. Yeah. Because I was like, you know what? This doesn't feel nearly as bad as being 12 years old and left at, you know, school, because everyone, after graduation, everyone...
I think it made her a masochist a little bit.
Yeah, great.
Well, I think that's what I think of myself as a comic. I look at... I wasn't the person who tormented, and I wasn't tormented, but I did watch people. I'm really good at watching people's behavior.
Yeah, that's the thing. We study people. We study human beings, which is what's so interesting when I'm doing the Shakespeare thing, and they're all become these characters, and yet I notice, you know, it's interesting. You know, you've been doing it. You're successful. You've done other things. You have CDs. You have two web series, right? You host another podcast, which is, I think, is the key to making it in this business. You know, is you have to reinvent yourself and do other shit.
You have to diversify.
And yet, I look at comics and other actors and performers who I've known for 20, 30 years, you know, or you wonder, why didn't they ever? And then you talk to them for 20 minutes and you're like, oh, you're fucking mentally, you know.
I work with Kevin Brennan. There's no funnier guy. There's no funnier guy on stage.
But it's like you do it to yourself.
He does it to himself. He can't help it.
what do we have? 10. All right. So you, first of all, we have to stop in 10 minutes because I have to go to rehearsal. But
it's fine.
I was wondering if you could come back again.
Of course, whenever you want.
Because I want to continue on. But
whenever Lauren at the last second wants to tell me to come down here, I can come.
You got it, buddy.
It's kind of I
have so many questions for you guys.
Oh, please. Why don't we do part 2?
Part 2, and I'll ask
this
you questions.
week. Yeah, this.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
All right.
Whenever.
So
Nice.
you are one of those guys who's a true you're a stand-up. You go out every night. I think you work hard. I think you have great material. I just think you're great. I've always thought you were great.
And you're a lot of people's favorite comic. You're a lot of comics' favorite comic.
Oh, really?
They mention you a lot.
That's weird. I don't
and
get
it's also like, if I ever went on the road with someone, I would love to go on the road with you. Like, you're so great because you make the audience think. You're honest. You're whatever. You have your own style. And you committed to it. Like Corey Kahaney teaches. Do you teach at all?
No,
because I can't.
The only thing I can tell people is get on stage.
Right, and it's like if I was teaching stand-up, I'd be writing all their material. You know, so and she said and I couldn't believe she said this to me. She said I used you as an example in class. She said I say Judy Gold is a star because she doesn't change her act for the audience. She never compromises who she is. And she said, I want to make money. I want to go do this. I want to go do that. So I do it for the audience. She does it because that's who she is. But I know that you've done a lot of cruises, Carnival cruises, which I cannot do. I mean, I do gay cruises.
Yeah.
But I can't do that. I mean, when I'm on a cruise working, which is usually, I do these gay cruises. It's like, Melissa Etheridge and, Patti LaBelle and every show is fucking amazing. And I look around, these are the people I would want to be shipwrecked with.
Right.
And when we go to port and I see all the other ships boarding, and I look at the people, I'm like, I don't know how you do it.
Well, the only way to do it is you have to compartmentalize, meaning that, like, you've done temple shows, so now you know the zeitgeist of those people. Like, if you're going to do the edgiest bit you ever have, they're not going to get it.
Right, and that's why I can't do it.
If you talk about your family, they will. So I'm somewhere between you and Corey.
Right.
I've written all these jokes. Hold on. I've written all these jokes over the years. So which I still am proud of all the jokes I've written. So for that night, what will they go for?
You're not compromising your act.
Right. I'm just doing
You're
a
taking
piece
parts
of
it and putting
make it work.
This is my job, and I'm going to do that. And I do those jobs. Like,
Right.
I did a gig last night. I was not allowed to curse. I said fuck twice. But
well, that's what she's talking about.
I had to. And then I had to talk about, oh God, I can't say F. It was Jeannie Catholic Jim. It was their school.
Okay.
So then, and Jeannie was backstage, so I asked her to, I said, can I go to confession? She's very religious.
Right.
And she forgave me. But, it's like, I did a corporate gig at Caroline's years ago, and I got this sheet from all the rules. And I went on stage, and I wasn't allowed to pick out anyone in the audience. So I was like, "What's your name?" Wait, I said, "What's your name?" And she's like, "Oh my god, I'm not allowed to do that. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I am so." And then I took out the list and I read the list.
Yes.
Well, that's very you.
That's great.
Right, and that I am a rebel without any fucking cause. But I can't do that, and I think sometimes if I could, I couldn't do it. It's like, and that's what I think, I couldn't do, people telling me, you're too Jewish and you're too this and you're too that, and it went on and on. I was like, and for a while you listen to it in the very beginning.
Right.
And then you're like, that's who I am. Right. And if some big dyke Jew is the hot thing, then it'll be like, oh, you gotta be a hot Jew dyke.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's so... But I do respect that you have... I mean, I don't think I have a bad work ethic. I think I just am... I can't live with myself if I don't... I don't know. I couldn't be on a ship with those people. Is what
I can only do it 4 times a year. 4 to 6.
And
I'm
where
the first guy off.
They put you shit. They put you.
Depends on the ship. I'm going to do one. I'm paying for my wedding like this. I'm going to do my. I'm going to go do 2 weeks in Alaska.
That's a great one.
Alaska to Holland, America.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
It doesn't matter. So for whatever hour I have to do.
By yourself.
Yeah. For whatever hour, it's the same cruise twice. So whatever it is. So whatever the hour of. I have it that I know will work for those people. It's my act. It's just pieced together for over the years. It's horrible. But I know at the end of the day, I need to do it.
Right. See, that's what does it.
You have to.
My depression and anxiety. I mean, I did do the road for a really long time.
Yeah.
And as I've said, I'm repeating a story for the listener who wrote that, but, I do talk about how there were no computers. There were no phones.
Right.
I traveled with a coffee maker. There were no Starbucks. And if I really thought about how physically ill and how homesick and how, I feel like I did that and I can't do it again.
Oh, the only time I'm lonely in this world is when I'm doing comedy on the road.
Right. And people don't understand
They don't get it.
And, and then when you go on a ship, you're stuck with the people.
Yeah.
Oh, we saw your show. We saw your show.
I don't want to talk to them.
That's what I used to remember when I was a kid. Barbara Streisand, I read this thing. She doesn't talk to the audience after. And I was like, that's her. I was a little girl. I love Barbara. And she didn't want to talk. And then now, it's like, I can't wait to get out of the fucking room.
Yeah.
I just am like, I did my show. And problem is, people, you're a comic, they go, Lenny, I saw you, and they think they know you because of your act.
Right.
You took a lot of acting classes.
I did.
And I've seen you act. I did research. And
oh, wow.
You're really good.
Oh, thanks. It's weird. I don't get a lot of opportunities to do a lot of stuff, and I really don't know
you're
why.
on a fucking cruise ship.
No. Judy, I do 4 weeks a year.
I know,
4.
I'm kidding.
But
do you have an acting agent?
I don't. I can't.
Yes, you can.
I can't get arrested in this town for certain things.
You can't say
No.
I can't.
I've tried to do.
There's one person. Do you think there's not one person in New York City who wouldn't be your agent for acting? One person.
I'm sure there's somebody out there who would be. I just need to find that person.
Right, but that has to be your goal, and you have to go do it. I had a manager recently, in like 5 years ago, said to me, I said, I need an agent, I mean, he said, no one wants to represent you. And that was the end of, and I thought, no, like, there is someone somewhere who works out of their fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
Who would, and you have to just do it. You have to do it.
No, Look, I've tried different ways to do it. I've had managers, and we can talk about that on the next one.
So wait,
and we've had a mutual manager,
yeah.
and that really opened my eyes to this business.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, I said, and this is not healthy, but I said, you know what? I'll do it my fucking self.
Right.
I'll make my own films. I'll cast myself. Yeah, you're like that, of course.
And I do it all. I do, even if you have an agent or a manager.
Yeah.
You still do it yourself. That's what people don't understand.
Especially
not like,
today.
I hardly call. I'm like, unless I need something. I have a lawyer, I have an agent, and a manager.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them, this is what I want. This is my goal, and I want this by blank. And then I do the work that I need to do, and then I check in every few weeks, reminding. This is what I want. This is what I want. And it's like, it's your contact. That's what you don't understand.
Yeah.
And that's why I can't stand paying. We're going to, all right, I have to go to rehearsal.
Yes.
So Lenny part 2 is going to be, so let's write down, we're going to talk about agents and managers.
Okay.
I got this.
I am not even halfway done with you, which is what happens.
On the list, I want to talk about the LGBT.
Oh, yes, we can talk about
that. I have some great questions for you guys.
Okay. And then we haven't even gone to what pisses you off, which is what the show's about.
That's right.
We do have a question that we ask every guest.
Okay.
We know the answer.
Okay.
The question is, are you on any antidepressants?
Yeah, you know the answer to mine?
Yes.
Go ahead.
No.
Correct.
And you don't believe in them?
I don't.
That's something we're going to have to talk about.
No, I believe in them, but I think we can talk about it. But
Yes.
I do think certain people lend. Obviously, I think there is a percentage of population that just thinks I'm having a bad day. Medicate me. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like,
that
what,
some
could you
people
try
take
and work it out
right?
before you just listen
and
to?
that's why we have to talk about that because
For
I
example,
suffer from.
if you watch any baseball game, you'll think you have erectile dysfunction and low T, and you have to take some medicine for it.
Right.
I've got
well,
both
that's
of
the
those.
pharmaceutical companies,
Yeah.
But I don't know
There
if
you
you
go.
could see my pill box
Yes.
because I had a very bad clinical depression. Oh, Judy, we already heard that. And we also understand that you suffer from anxiety. We already heard it, Judy. All right.
I'm sure you can hear that coming through
We
the
just
mic.
like our audience to be involved in the Kill Me Now moments. So
Right.
however we can do that for you.
So
Yeah.
the last the last episode literally was a Kill Me Now moment.
It really was.
And that is the ultimate Kill Me Now,
With Jimmy.
which we went to go interview
Greg Proops.
And
ended up with David Feldman.
Well, David Feldman was interviewing him, and he's like, "Oh, you can interview him afterwards." And we get there, and David just wanted me on his fucking podcast, and never,
That was amazing.
which is what he does all the fucking time. So we ended up with David, Hennessy, and Elisa, my girlfriend, who's not talking to me because I said we fight a lot, and she's jealous. So I have to go to rehearsal.
All right, go.
But
We'll do it
Leonard, can we do later this week? You
Yes.
come over, I'll make you some coffee. Do you drink coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
What the fuck?
He goes for a run, Katie. That's his coffee.
Tea. I'll have some tea. Is tea
All
okay,
right,
everyone?
I'll do tea. Oh my God!
Kill me now. This guy doesn't even drink coffee. That's horrible.
Do you eat any fatty foods?
I will eat fat. What are we talking about? Yeah, I will eat fatty
like
food.
cheese and bread and
Bread.
fries?
I'll eat any fresh bread you
I
have.
love bread.
Love bread.
Fresh. And then what about fries?
I'll have fries.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have the chicken wings at the cellar?
Once in a while I will have the chicken wings at the cellar.
All right, so you're
I
not
will.
like my brother. All right.
Oh no. You can't not have those.
Leonard,
Yes.
to be continued.
Judith, thank you so much.
But no, I'm not kidding. You're coming over this week.
I will. I'll be back.
All right.
Whenever you guys work it out.
All right.
Okay.
All right, love you, Leonard.
Love you.
Leonard Marcus.
Thank you so much.
Wait, Lenny, what's your?
LennyMarcus.com. You can go to Misery Loves Company. That's the podcast.
That's his podcast. And then you can see your short films at LennyMarcus.com.
You can go to LennyMarcus.com. That's in a festival.
great.
The last one's in a festival right now called The Walker.
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks.
And I love the unimportance of being earnest.
Ernest. That's not, I didn't make that film. I'm just in that film.
Okay, and I love your 3 comedy CDs.
Yep.
And you have the other film is A Condom Moment.
Condom Moment. Yeah,
Right.
that's an old film.
Condom.
That was
Get it?
that was my first one.
I never used a condom. All right, on that note,
All right,
we
bye.
will be back. Part 2 is so long.
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.